So, of course, this is a cook with me kind of Sunday, and I am getting ready to season up some lamb chops that I'll be making for dinner later. And then I'm also making some boiled peanuts. Super excited about those. But I wanted you guys to join me in the kitchen. It's Sunday. I haven't done a cook with me in a while, so this is the perfect time. While I am actually working on my meats and stuff, I'm going to be drying my hair. As you guys know, today is the hair growth masterclass at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So I need to make sure that I'm ready for that. So I'm kind of just doing more than one thing at a time. And I said this is the perfect time for me to do more than one thing at a time because I know that you guys will be able to just kind of just chill while I do so. So I'm drying my hair, I'm cooking, and I'm seasoning. I know, right? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? I know. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, so I actually cut, relaxed, and colored my hair this morning because my micro pixie has started to grow out. I just want to confirm that you guys can hear me really, really well. So if you can hear me really well, can you put some ones or fire emojis in the chat? Because that is the reason why I waited to start the dryer, because I wanted to make sure that everybody could hear me well. So before I get to moving, I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me. I am a multitasker. You have to multitask in these effects. Hey, Star. By the way, you guys, so we do still have space available for the hair growth masterclass today. Today is the day. The class is at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So if you have been wanting to sign up for the class, you didn't remember to sign up for the class, you didn't even know that there was a class, the class is today at 4 p.m. Eastern time. The link to get signed up for the hair growth masterclass is in the description box of this video. Okay, so it's in the description box of this video. And then, of course, all of our elite hair care products are $10. No code is needed. Hold on, y'all. There we go. Thank you, Star, for putting that up. Okay, so I'm going to turn my dryer on. Can you guys still hear me with the dryer running? Can you hear me like really clear? I probably need to put this up here. Can you guys hear me really clearly with the dryer running? I hope so. It's not a wig. Make it make sense. Yes. Okay, good. That's the reason why I got my microphone on today anyway. All right. So I am actually going to be making some Cajun style boiled peanuts. So I went to Walmart and I got this brand of boiled peanuts in the hot and spicy. Let me let y'all in on a little secret, right? So in Tampa, there's a corner store off of 15th Street, or they call it 16th Street store. Anyway, they sell boiled peanuts, and in their boiled peanuts, they put smoked meat, potatoes, all your I can't think of the words right now, but your bell pepper, your onions, whatever, they put all that in there, and it is so good. So I said, okay, well, I'm not in Tampa, so let me go ahead and make this myself. So what I did was I got 2 cans of boiled peanuts, hot and spicy. I got some smoked neck bones, pork neck bones. I have 2 potatoes. I have a bell pepper. I have a little bit of garlic. And then I also have some onion. So I'm actually going to chop some of that up. I'm going to get my pork neck bone on the stove because I also need to cook my potatoes. Traditionally, they put it in a crock pot and allow that to run for like 24 hours. Yeah, we're not doing that. So I'm going to do it the slightly faster way, where I'm going to be utilizing my stove after I'm finished with my potatoes, and get my mise en place and all of my little items together. And we're going to do this thing. We're going to do this thing. All right, and then we're going to season up our rack of lamb. I'm gonna get this prepared. So I got some lamb chops or a rack of lamb from Sam's Club. So we're gonna get this prepared because that's what I'm making for dinner after the class. So I want to get that seasoned and all fragranted and all that good stuff. And of course, the star of the show today, you guys, is our moon spice. Can't you tell I use a whole lot? So we're using our moon spice as for our seasonings, all that good stuff. All right, so I'm gonna tilt you guys down. So here is my neck bones. Okay, I don't need a lot because I only have 2 cans of peanuts. So I'm actually just going to use those 3 pieces, and then I'll store these in the freezer. So I'm going to store these in the freezer. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and rinse these babies off. All right, and then I am actually going to turn my stove on because I'm going to have these babies going in or on my stove until I put my potatoes in there. And because I'm doing such a small amount, like I don't need these pieces to break down like that. Honestly, I'm just going to kind of cut them down a little bit. Just because I know that I'm not doing this overnight. We eating this today. So I'm just going to let these kind of go in my pot. Let all the fat from that go inside my pot. And then for my potatoes, I wash the potatoes and I'm just going to cut them down into chunks. Which I don't want. So normally you would peel potatoes, right? But I didn't peel my potatoes because I don't want to lose the actual, I wouldn't say pulp. I don't know what you call it. I don't know what you call it. But I just want to make sure that I don't lose a lot of my potato. So I'm leaving the skin on and I'm just rough chopping it into some big chunks like that. And this is also going to go into my pan. And right now I just have my neck bone kind of sizzling and grizzling in there. And then I'm going to throw this in there with it because the main reason is I want my potatoes to definitely cook. All right, so while that's doing, I'm going to go ahead and chop some of this bell pepper. So when I have it in Tampa, they make the bell pepper like super duper thin, which is fine, but I'm doing mine's kind of like not necessarily a small dice, but a rough dice. Because what I don't like is when I'm trying to eat the boiled peanuts and then I'm trying to like fish through these strings of bell pepper and these strings of onion. So that's why I'm kind of giving mine just a rough chop, nothing too fancy. I just want it to be small enough that it will probably sweat itself out and get really, really soft. But this is just adding flavor to the food, per se. And then I'm going to add some onion, which I already have some pre-chopped or pre-cut onions. So I'm going to do the same thing with this, and I'm going to throw this in there with my potatoes and neck bones. Like I fell in love with this. I fell in love with this. So right now I'm just literally letting the neck bones kind of fragrant the food, or the potatoes and the bell pepper and the onion. And then I'm also still going to add some seasoning. I like to add seasoning to food. I don't know who else doesn't like to add seasoning to food. Maybe it's just I don't know. But let me bring you guys over here so you guys can kind of see what's happening. And if you're new to my lives, this is kind of how my lives work when I'm doing like cook with me. So I just have my neck bones in there, allowing some of the fat off of the neck bone to become some of the fat in the potatoes. Okay, because I'm gonna put it inside this crock pot for about 4 hours. But if you try to put it in there with these potatoes, as hard as a rock as they are, it's not gonna really do much for ya. It's not gonna do much. So we're gonna add some seasoning. So I'm gonna add some black pepper. I'm gonna add a little bit of our moon spice, which you guys know moon spice is our seasoning blend all the way from Jamaica. And that's all I'm gonna put in here. And then I'm actually gonna use the juice from the peanuts as another way of using like a stock before I put this into the crock pot. So I'm gonna set you guys up right here, turn you around so you guys can kind of see what's happening. There you go. Whew. Hot. And then I'm also gonna add just a little bit of garlic. Hey, baby. Oh, unlock that door for you. You feeling okay? Yeah. I can barely hear you because the thing's over my ear. So this is kind of like bacon, using your pork neck bones as bacon, right? And it's gonna add that fragrance, that taste. You're preheating it, so it's not just stewing in your crock pot. When I do crock pot stuff, I like my crock pot stuff to have flavor, so I do the flavoring at the beginning, and then I put it into the crock pot. All right, so I'm taking my boiled peanut juice, and I'm just gonna pour some in here. Okay, so we're adding to the flavor, building on the flavor. Okay, just to make sure that we have our flavors going the way they need to be. Now for the rest of my peanuts, I'm going to go ahead and throw them into my crock pot here. So I only bought 2 cans. Now they do normally sell the really big can, but Walmart did not have the big can. So I got what I could. And I know that we are not a family that's going to eat a ton of this. So it's probably just me, and they might taste it. So that's another reason why I didn't get the big can. This is more than enough. Now I don't want my potatoes to cook all the way. I just wanted to pre-start them. Because the one thing that I did notice, that when I get it from the corner store, the potatoes are still kind of al dente. I don't like al dente potatoes. I like my potatoes to be cooked. Thank you, Jean. All right, so now that we have our flavors going, now if you want to add more salt, whatever you can, let's taste it. Yeah, we don't need any more salt. But what I am going to add is some crushed red pepper, because it is spicy. It's supposed to be. And then I'm gonna add some Worcestershire. Bored? Huh? I know. It's okay. You should probably go get some fresh air. Oh, did the person of interest? Huh? Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and toss this baby inside our crock pot. So my crock pot is here. I'm gonna move you guys over so you can see what's happening and not feel left out. Okay, so hold on, honey, I can't hear you. All right, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of water. I'd say about maybe a cup to a cup and a half. And then just kind of lift that baby up. Get those neck bones in there. Let them just kind of stew themselves in this. I wanted enough that the water would at least cover the top. And then we're going to cover this baby and let it simmer for 4 hours. 4 whole hours. So I did add spices to it while I was making it, which I added some moon spice. I also added, no, don't make me know. And hold on. You wash your hand them? Okay. When you're done, you take the entire bag and just bring it here. So nobody touch nothing else.
That's all I can do is eat.
I mean, hey, we wanted you to gain a couple pounds, couple ounces. Let me get that from you. Let me hold that. Let me hold that. Thank you so much. Let's put that over there. So, huh? We can't hear you, no.
I'm bored.
Oh, go get a coloring book. No, don't bother pass me nothing. It's all right. Nope, no rosemary, no thyme. I don't like either. Not in my boiled peanuts, no. To each his own, you know. You guys season your food the way you like. I season mine the way I like. I like my boiled peanuts to just be spiced, good content in salt, not too spicy, but then I like to use the onions and the bell peppers and the potato and also the neck bone. And that already added enough for me. That's just my liking. Okay, so I'm about to start. Hurry up and stop breathing over here. Huh? Lamb chops. It's lamb chops, lamb chops. You remember that? Never mind. Okay, well,
What's that?
pork. Which one you want? The pork?
Both.
Huh?
Both?
Both.
Yeah.
I'm making boiled peanuts. Hey, Jonna, can you hurry up and get out the kitchen and go back upstairs?
It's boring up there. My TV doesn't work.
Your what?
TV. Because you do it by remote.
Oh, go get Christian's remote.
It don't work.
Try Alex.
I already did.
It don't work either?
No.
Oh.
And
Well, clean up the room and find the remote.
I done that.
Yeah, okay. So the salt that I use, hey, John, I'm on live. We can't hear you right now. The salt that I like to use, I use pink Himalayan salt or just traditional iodized salt. All right, so I have a bowl here for me to wash my meat. Christian, give me a lemon, please. No, I'm trying to pass it on. Now, I will say the best price that I've gotten for the lamb chops was at Sam's. Unfortunately, it's not already cut, so I have to cut it myself. Put it there, baby. Um, which it has a good fat content on it, definitely. Yeah, we're doing the lamb chops right now. I was actually just getting my peanuts ready. You're trying to stop touch up the thing them. You need to use some gloves or something. You need to find somebody else to come help you. Hurry up! I'll make sure so you can sanitize your hand them when you're done. No, you're up. Nowhere near anybody in here. You want to moderate for me on my class?
No, you just told me to go back to sleep.
Oh, as soon as I said work, look, that's what you do.
What do you moderate? What?
Put it here.
Here, take out your time.
Put it here.
Yeah, no, can I have one?
What you say, Jonah? Oh, you got to get it yourself, Pop. And Adriana, you need to get some tongs or something. Put it in the laundry room. All right, so we're washing our meat. There you go. So I'm using some lemons or lemon juice. You can also use salt. You can use vinegar. Christian, get the tongs and let him. He can get it. Let him get it. I like the lemon because it takes that sliminess off. Unfortunately, vinegar does not. Vinegar does not. Touch up the thing then. So you need to, bro. All right, so we're going to take as much of the unnecessary fat off of these chops as we can, which I don't think is going to take much, but you don't want to take too much off either. Because if y'all know lamb can get real dry real fast. So I'm just kind of taking off just a small amount of the fat. And you want to, of course, be as careful as possible. It is still a sharp knife. Now, I'm not your local butcher, so I'm butchering the way that I butcher. The way you butcher, the way I butcher, we're going to do two different things. So this is a no judge zone. I'm cooking for my family. The way you cook for yours or your restaurant, that's how you do yours. Okay? Okay. Hold on, y'all. Okay, yeah, I find it. Okay. That's the only other part to lamb chops, and hoping that you don't tear it apart trying to get through the little pieces of gristle that's there. But again, you're cooking with Crystal. Cooking with Crystal. Mm. See, these are some little baby choppies. Look at the little baby chops. So I got 2 racks because we all know. Thank you, son. We all know that these little itty bitty racks right here that they selling, and because I'm not spending $10,000 on racks of lamb. This is the only downside to this whole process right here. Not my thing. Let me score this baby because listen. I see why people don't buy it this way. And I know you can do it like that. And me not do all that. Me like mine to look like a chop. I should have went to my mama house and got one of her survival cutting boards. That's what I would call it. She got a cutting board that's the age of me. Yeah, I really butchered that one. Definitely butchered that one. Definitely butchered that one. See, this chop gonna come out really nice. So you got to speak positivity. Because you got to find a little, see it there. You got to find a little area that you can get through the little area. I think I'm going good enough. I'm going on good. So, okay. Now I see it. Now I see it. Mm-hmm. I'm getting the hang of it. This is my first time actually taking down a rack of lamb anyway, so I think I did good. For a person who don't know nothing about this, I did good. It's supposed to be like little popsicles. Now, if I had bought this at Publix, this is what the ones at Publix would look like. I said I need better knives. No, my knives are good. And knives, you don't get rid of knives, you sharpen knives. These are actually Japanese steel. I just chose not to sharpen them. But I appreciate it though. Thank you. All right, this one got a lot of fat on it. This one definitely got a lot of fat on it. Thank you, Jesus, that the fat is just kind of peeling off. Open it. Open it. Thank you. That membrane that's there, ugh. That's what I was looking for. But theirs is way thinner than ribs. That's for sure. Ribs, you can peel that membrane right off. That's how thick it is. A lot of people don't even know that there's a membrane sometimes. Can y'all see it? I mean, it's not required that you peel this off, but it's kind of like when people take the eye out of an egg. Does everybody do it? No. Do some people do it? Yes. Do I do it all the time? Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. All right, so mm, see this one, the bones are actually in the right place. I can actually see them in this one. This one is a lot richer too. I can tell this one is a better quality than the one that I had, the first one. That first one was really cost effective. Mhm. Much better. Can't you tell the difference in the quality on this one? I don't like cleaning meat either, but I know I clean my meat better than the grocery store. Hey, I did it! Proud moment. All right, so let me wash these hands real quick. Whew. Okay, check it out. Whew. That was what you're making today? Listen, I know you're sitting there like slipping those fingers. Okay. All right, so a couple things that's gonna happen today. I'm gonna slide this baby over here for a second. Okay, so we got our lamb. You still waiting on my call? All right, so we got our lamb. Okay, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my dry seasonings first. So first things first, moon spice. If you don't know anything about moon spice, go to my website, misscrystalwilliams.com. This is our seasoning blend that we import from Jamaica. There's no fillers. It is pure bliss in a bottle. Okay, it's called moon spice because my father, Mooney, is the one who created it. So I'm going to add some moon spice. I like to go heavy with my moon spice because I know that that's going to be the bulk of my flavor. If you can't tell, okay, I go through a bottle every other day. All right, good. Then I'm going to add some garlic powder. These little spice jars I actually got on Amazon. I turned my little drawer into a spice drawer, which I love. Now, I'm one of those people, I add garlic powder, but then I also add minced garlic. Don't judge me. All right, we're going to add some black pepper. Okay, I'm going slightly heavy on the seasoning. Why? Because lamb is one of those meats where it's extremely gamey. Me love lamb, but if you're a person where you don't like gamey meats, lamb was not going to be for you, but you know, I like lamb. I'm going to add some cumin. Again, I'm going nice and heavy with my seasonings. And then because the moon spice does not have a lot of salt in it, it is more flavor, I'm going to use some adobo to add the sodium content here, which is the great thing about moon spice. You can add more salt or pepper because it's not spicy and it's not high in sodium either. And then I'm going to add some onion powder. Okay, so we got our onion powder. And then I'm going to take some minced garlic. So I'm going to add some minced garlic. Okay, minced garlic. Don't need a whole lot. I did also add garlic powder. Okay, and then my last item that I'm going to be adding is some sazon. But I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do with the sazon in just a moment. I'm not going to add it on there dry. You'll see in just a moment what I'm going to do. Christian, look in the car. No, you won't be able to. Open the door for your grandma, please. All right, so we're going to take our gloved hand. My father would be so proud right now if he sees me using my hands to rub up the meat. Okay, you still want to be gentle. It is still a somewhat delicate meat, but not so delicate meat. Hey, Cass. How you doing? Which is another reason why I went heavy on my spices. And this is also another reason why I'm pre-seasoning my lamb and it's going to sit for a couple hours. Now, the first couple cuts that I mutilated with my knife and my non-cutting skills, they look the way they look because they look the way they look. Look, that's just what it is. It's like, chase me. Okay, so I am going to get a small bowl. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys why I said we're not going to use the sazon on it dry. So first things first, I'm going to, let me take this off. I go through a lot of gloves here. So I'm going to take some moon spice again, and I'm going to put some in the bowl. Okay, I'm going to take some sazon. Sazon, okay. Put some in the bowl. I'm not using the whole thing. I'm going to take some ginger ale, and I'm going to drink it. Okay, I know y'all thought I was going to pour the ginger ale in there. No. And then I'm going to take some Worcestershire. Yep. I'm going to put some of that in here too. Yep. And then the last thing that I'm going to take, hey, go to grandma. And the last thing that I'm going to take is some red cooking wine. Okay, some red cooking wine. Okay, just the traditional red cooking wine. And I'm going to put some of that in there as well. And I know you're like, okay, where is she going with this? Where is she going? All right, so I'm going to mix this baby up. Okay. And if you guys remember during Thanksgiving, Tony's always has these injectors that you can buy with the basting sauce or injectables for your fried turkey or your regular turkeys. I always keep mine because I use it to inject anything that I'm making. I should probably have used a cup for this, but we're gonna see if I can get it out. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna take my gloves. Okay, so I got my gloves. Like so, like such. I know y'all thought I was gonna pour the ginger ale on my lamb. And all I'm gonna do is inject my lamb with a little bit of my solution here. When you see it get nice and big, that's when you know you're done injecting. Okay, so I'm just gonna inject right inside. Grandma calling you, son. Okay, this is what I call really seasoning your food. Okay, you can skip this step. It's not a requirement. This is just something that I do when I'm making red meats. I love to inject meats with something. And I always feel like red meat has no flavor to me. I don't know why people are always talking about, oh, the meat only needs salt and pepper. Yeah, your meat, not mine. My meat and your meat is two different meats. So imagine how this meat is going to taste when it's done because I have injected it with all of its delectables. Y'all hear Baby C back there with Mama? Oh, it's nap time. All right, so we got all of our meats. You could pour it on there if you want. Listen, there's no right or wrong way to this. Just so everybody's aware. There's no right or wrong way. Okay? There is none. All right, so last things last, I'm going to take some rosemary. It's not necessarily last. So I'm going to take my rosemary, use the rest of this sauce, slather that baby up. Okay, and then we're just going to kind of brush our meats, lay that baby in there because this is going to literally sit. This is going to sit for a few hours and really soak up the sun. Soak up the sun. Soak up the sun. I know y'all are like, wow, she's really like finessing this meat. Right, because this is like, how much was this, ma'am? So the first rack was like 25, the second rack was 18. So this is roughly about $45 worth of meat, including tax. Okay, we're gonna be real delicate with this. And I'm not cooking this until after the class. So this thing is gonna really soak up the sun, right? It's 12:38. The class is over at around 6 because class starts at 4. So this baby is gonna be well marinated. Like if you think this is gonna be well marinated, give me some fire emojis because it really is gonna be well marinated. I know that for a fact. And then my last thing that I'm going to add to it is my onions. Now, onions can add flavor. Is it going to add a ton of flavor? No. But, we can use it to add flavor to your food at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm using up the rest of this little bit of sauce that I had left. Roll my onions in it. Okay, and then I'm just going to spread these babies over the top because when it's time for me to cook said lamb, the onions will be a part of the sauce. And then we're just going to pour the rest of this on top. Okay. Okay. Okay, y'all. But again, you guys, for those of you, as I said, we do have a couple more seats in the class available. So if you are looking to learn how to grow longer, stronger, and healthier hair, this is definitely the time. Go get signed up for the class so that you can be a part of it. As you guys can tell, I colored and colored all that stuff, my hair. I'm going to actually put some saran wrap around my bowl here. That's one thing that I tell people. Like, I am a business owner, right? Super. But I'm a human being too. Like all that fabricating your kitchen and all, acting like you don't cook in the kitchen look like you don't even touch the kitchen. I get it, but you know, I'm so raw. My ex would say rough around the edges, which was a very easy way of saying you're ghetto. Don't care. Let me be rough around the edges. My man likes it. We're both rough together. So yeah, stay focused. Do I prefer red or yellow onions? It depends on what I'm making. Like for hot dogs, I like red onions. For chili, I like red onions. For food that I'm cooking on the stove, I like white onions, yellow onions, peach onions. It's an onion. Like I like shallots, but shallots is not something to really be played with too much. Yeah. So our lamb chops is gonna go in the refrigerator, marinate for the next about 5 hours, and this baby is going to be so good. I'm gonna beat him. Christian, you put these sodas in here? Huh? Oh, probably your sister. All right, so we got all of our seasoning done. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up now. Get all of this stuff cleaned up, taken care of. Get my dryer out of here. It saved me when I needed it to save me. Oy. All right, so let's put all of this stuff in the trash. Put my spices back. I actually have my spice jars in alphabetical order. The only one that doesn't go in a bottle is my moon spice, which that's all I have left. So I gotta go re-up at work tomorrow. All right, baby C is not happy. He don't like it. We told he got to take a nap. Oh well. We'll be getting more cooking lives. Absolutely. Now that I won't feel so burnt out all the time. The lamb prep was great. What is your cooking process? Oven, temperature, length. So I actually have one of those it's like the griddle things that you put on the stove. It's like a stovetop grill kind of thing, like a cast iron thingy. I don't know what it's called. But you can use it on like open ranges kind of places. So I'm gonna actually use that to do the lamb on low heat. And then it really doesn't even take very long. I also have an indoor grill that I like to use, but for this, I'm going to use just the stovetop one. Um, I usually do it at like medium. We eat our meat dead. We don't eat medium and all these things. I eat dead meat. Okay, I like my meat well cooked. I know y'all sitting there like, Crystal, for real. Yeah, we eat dead meat. We don't eat live meat here. Uh, with that being said, it will be cooked until it's dead. Yes. I do. Y'all think it's like, bro, this girl is crazy. I'm just being honest, y'all. They like my meat cook. So like when I go to a restaurant, I'm the first person to order. Like if I'm ordering any form of red meat, you know how I order my red meat? I'm like, hey, I'd like my meat dead, please. Very dead. No sunshine. And everybody laughs at me because I am so serious. You call it charred? That's a nice answer. It's oh, you like your meat charred. I love that. So love that. Anyway, you guys, today is the final day of the $10 sale. So if you have any of our elite hair care products that you need to stock up on, now is the time to go and stock up on them. Stock up on those meats, y'all. Those meats, Lord, that's how y'all know I've been cooking. Stock up on the elite hair care products. And don't forget, the Elite Experience raffle is going on. The raffle ends September 28th, which is when we'll be doing the drawing. So those of you who already got raffle tickets, congrats, great. Those of you who haven't gotten your raffle ticket, keep in mind that this is for an elite experience, what we call an elite experience, an all expense paid trip. I will fly directly to you in your city as long as you are within the United States or U.S. territory. You will spend about a little under 48 hours together. Day one, we'll be hanging out, seeing the town, all that stuff, all on my dime, of course. Day two, you'll be doing your hair care makeover, valued at up to $1,200. So if you need a prosthetic, whatever, we'll know everything that you're doing ahead of time. But you'll be getting your hair care makeover done. And then we will conclude our time together at a 5-star restaurant within your area. And if there is not one within your area, I will personally drive you to one near your area. And we will conclude with an amazing 5-star dinner, all paid by me, um, for the grand prize raffle winner. Yep. And then the grand prize raffle winner also gets about a year's supply of Elite Hair Care products. You also get about a year's supply of Miss Crystal Williams products, merch, all that good stuff. And then second prize winner gets about $600 worth of Elite Hair Care product, about $100 of Miss Crystal Williams product in a gift card, in the form of gift card, and Elite Hair Care merch as well. And then our third prize winner, you get about $200 worth of Elite Hair Care product and also Elite Hair Care merch. So there is so much that you can choose from. Robin, you say you tell them to cremate it? Absolutely. Me too. So in order to get your raffle tickets, you'll go to the links in the description box of this live. It's in also all of my more recent videos. You'll see the links in those description boxes as well. Let me wash these. So I'm getting myself prepared for class. I got to do my makeup. The class, all the class material is ready. For my VIP students, you guys will get your workbook right before class starts. And then my regular access students, I will see you in class. So for VIPs, just so you guys know, the VIP access to the class, you get a one-on-one 45-minute consultation with me that we plan after the class is concluded. So that's going to be pre-scheduled. You also get a bundle kit, which is a limited edition bundle kit of Elite Hair Care product that will be mailed to you post the class. You also get a workbook that you will be using during class, a digital workbook. You also get a digital copy of our new and improved or 2025 version of the Hair Care Success Planner. So that's all included in the VIP tier of the class. And then the regular tier, of course, you get um, access to the group Q&A at the end of the class. You also get access to the replay. So you can, normally I don't have replays on my classes. This class, the replay is included. So even if you didn't make it to class, you still get the replay emailed to you so that you can watch it as many times as you want. Super duper easy. So you're able to watch the replay at your convenience. Because if you're like me, I'll sign up for classes and forget that I had to sign up for a class. And then all of a sudden, class time is over, and I'm like, I signed up for this class and there's no replay. So that's what made me want to offer the replay as a part of being a student in the class. And also to, give it as a perk, because being able to access a class after the fact, a lot of times you don't retain all that information when you're watching the class at that moment. And if anyone has taken, anyone who's taken a class with me knows that my classes are extremely informative. My classes are interactive. You're not just sitting there watching me. Like today's class, we will be doing porosity tests live in the class. And I do that because there's so much that I want people to understand about hair, but you got to learn. I'm like one of those people, I learn by doing and learn by seeing. I don't learn by hearing or learn by reading. So that's another reason why my classes are so interactive, because I know how much I give, and that is the way people retain information. So if you already have your ticket for the class, kudos to you, baby. Make sure you have a notebook and paper. Make sure you have your phone so you can screenshot whatever you need to screenshot, because my class is definitely informative. That's one thing that I know I'm very good at, and that is teaching. Where do you go to purchase the lottery tickets, Teresa? If you click the three dots up in the top corner, that'll show you the description box, or it'll give you the link to hit the description box. It's actually in the description box for you to click the link. And Star also put it here. So it's stan.store/Miss Crystal Williams. I think you can actually click that link that Star has put on the screen. Thank you, Wanda. So I actually need to go clean my desk. I already have my outfit. As you guys can tell, my hair is already done. It's dry. I'm just going to go curl it real quick, make myself look like somebody, put my makeup on. Email out the workbooks to the VIP students, which we do still have 4 VIP seats left for the class. So if you are one of those people where you definitely want product, you definitely want a consultation, my consultations for 30 minutes is $100. So included in the VIP ticket is a 45-minute consultation, because the first 15 minutes of the consult, we're usually going through, hey, how you doing, all this stuff. No, I want to be able to give you 30 minutes of actual information about your hair. This is going to be personal to your hair, that kind of thing. So that is a part of the VIP seat for the class, which that's why I told people I don't have a lot of VIP seats, because I have to be able to schedule 45-minute consultations. But I have 4 seats remaining. So if you are one of those people where you need to get into this class, you need to understand your hair, you have no clue about your hair. As you guys know, I have officially retired. And my clients are finding this so unorthodox, because they're like, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, I retired. So I'm not in the salon any longer. Let me give you guys a little backstory, right? I'm telling myself that my lease is up October the 30th. When I put in my notice of non-renewal, I thought I was being proactive by giving them a 60-day notice. So then my landlord, he texts me back and he says, okay, no problem. Go ahead and move out. I'll do your walkthrough at the end of the month and we'll be all good. And I'm like, hey, is my lease up the 30th of September or the 30th of October? Oh, Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay. I'm like, hey, is my lease up September the 30th or October the 30th? He's like, September the 30th. Let me tell you how God works. I've been contemplating about, do I want to retire? God, am I doing the right thing? Because people look at it like, oh, well, you have a successful business and, that's easy. You should just be able to just walk away and blah, 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 and ray. And I'm like, well, that's not how this works. Because if you're a person that you love what you do, or you have a love for what you do, hello? Ma. Oh, if you have a love for what you do, it's not an easy walk away. You can't easily walk away. So that is another reason why, I've been leaning on God about it. Like I talked to my mom. My mom was like, well, Crystal, there's no such thing as I'm scared. You can't say you're scared and you trust God. My mom is so Christian like, look at how she looking. But she said, she's like, you can't say you trust in God and then you're scared. And I told her, I'm like, Mommy, I'm scared. I have flesh, There's nothing wrong with having flesh. But I said all of that to say this. So then when I told him that I was leaving and he texted back and was like, okay, we'll do your walkthrough at the end of the month. Here I am telling myself I have 60 days to move out. I have time to move my belongings. Not knowing that, listen, God had already put the plan in place. He's like, Crystal, you're not going to pay an extra month. Your lease is up. But I didn't know that my lease was up. See how that works? You see how that works? I didn't know that my lease was up because I thought that my lease would be up, October the 30th, and I got 60 days. And that is not what happened. That is not what happened, y'all. So again, I know that I'm making the right decision. I know that everything that I'm doing is not in vain. I know my reasoning for doing it is not in vain. And I'm happy. I'm actually happy to not be in the salon anymore. I'm actually happy to be able to say I have a schedule. I know that I can get up and say, okay, I work Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 at the warehouse. Or Wednesdays and Thursdays, I work from home in office. That kind of thing. So it's actually a refreshing feeling more than a scary feeling. So yeah. Someone was asking on one of the comments I just saw, they're like, hey, is the class free? No, I don't do free classes. No, I don't do free classes. I feel like my free classes for me is me being on live. That's a free class. I'm already doing free. Yeah, I'm already doing free. I cut my hair again today, y'all. Okay. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? I'm doing. What you doing? Oh, yo, baby, my bad. Did I tell y'all I drive my mom nuts? I do, on purpose. It's so refreshing. Ma, do I drive you nuts? Yes. Is that good? No. Great, I'm glad. It's such a good feeling to know that I make you feel great. Look, she wouldn't answer her phone like she just told me to shut up, y'all. She just told me to shut up. Your niece is driving me. Tell Uncle Bunny stop calling me. Oh, tell him don't call me either. My uncles, I drive them absolutely. I drive all of my family members nuts. I really do. I drive my family members berserk. It's just naturally me. I'm just naturally Crystal. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and curl up this hair real quick, get this out the way. I'm also trying to learn to be proactive and not be last minute with things. Andy says I'm extremely last minute, and this is why I'm always late. You know, people like to tell you the truth even when you didn't really ask for it. Yes, I am feeling a lot better. So I think I figured out what the problem is, or what the problem was. Because you guys know, I told you guys that I was slightly like weaning myself down off of my ADHD medication. I would like to get to the point where either I don't take it at all, or I only take it when I need to hyper focus. Which I know that sounds crazy to some of y'all. Some of y'all are like, why you don't even need that. You don't know what I need. When I ask you what I need, just I tell you what I want. Y'all know I'm real straight to the point. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. But you know, I decided that I wanted to kind of slow down on it, mainly because what I have noticed with the ADHD medicine is that you start having short-term memory loss over time or long-term use. And I noticed that I do have short-term memory loss in some things, and it's not all the time. It's not like that. But I feel like I functioned better when I didn't have it. Yeah, Honora, I saw that. Mina, let go of mine too. So that's another reason why I think I was having withdrawals. All right, you guys. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to go ahead and I'm putting some frizz control on my hair. Okay, so we're going to add some frizz control. I did cut my hair down this morning. So if you guys look, I'm going to have Andy edge me up, but I cut my hair down myself this morning. And then I colored my hair a darker blue today. Gigi, I don't have no premenopause. Keep it to yourself. She's like, you know, premenopause. I'm not premenopausal. Not because I said I'm retiring. Watch your mouth. I'm just playing Gigi. Gigi's my girl, y'all. Gigi's my nail girl. All right, so because I cut it shorter and I don't have the pencil iron here, I'm using our Smooth by EHC 3/10 of an inch, but it's really like 1/2 inch to me. My other irons are still at the salon, which we now have to go and facilitate that move. But I think I left it long enough that I can still curl it like this. So we're just gonna try it out. The one thing that I do like about the micro pixie though, like I can literally get up and go, shh, shh, shh. I'm out the door. I'm gone. I'm not to chat to nobody. When it was longer, it was just too long. But you know, now I've kind of got to the point where it's just like, you know, whatever my mind says I want to do to my hair today, that's just what we're doing. And I'm okay with that. I even thought about doing a platinum pixie on myself. But I don't have the courage. I don't have the courage to go and cut off all of my hair down to the new growth. You know, my head is big enough. You gotta acknowledge when you got something favorable like a big head. But I feel like I'll be fly as heck. The pixie. Okay. I feel like I'll be fly as fly with a platinum pixie. What y'all think? Give me your feedback, peoples. Just ordered some of your hair balm. Can use the serums with it. Absolutely. And I'm starting my garage organizing task that I have set for myself. The funny thing is, I went to Home Depot yesterday and they already had the home organization stuff like sitting out. I'm like, do you know that the world is doing home organization, or you just woke up and said it's home organization time? Yeah. And then, by the way, you guys, I don't mean to be the bearer of somewhat bad news, but somewhat good news. So we are restructuring the pricing on our products. So you will notice some price changes on our products, which is why I tell you guys, when we have sales, take advantage of the sales, because it's not just, oh, we need to get rid of product when we have sales. Sometimes it's for restructuring. Like right now, it's for restructuring. Is it good to mix serums together? I would not. I would use one serum at a time. Like our serums are not to be cocktailed. So like I have a couple serums that I'm working on. Shout out to everybody who signed up for beta team, because your girl's feeling better now. So the beta team information is going out this week. So we have 2 serums that we're testing out because we are creating some new serums with new benefits. I found a technology that is actually good to help with matured hair follicle reverse. When I say mature hair follicle reverse, that means helping to slow down the growth of gray. Listen, all right. When I tell y'all, your girl is over here really working. And I have some really exciting things happening within the brand that I can't talk about just yet, because I'm letting them come to fruition before I do. But there's some really exciting things going on with the brand. Adriana, okay, so I tested her twice yesterday. She definitely still has COVID. She tested positive twice. Um, so I'm gonna test her. She won't be going to school tomorrow. I'm gonna test her again tomorrow night, which that would be another 48 hours to see, she can't go back to school until she tests negative. So I'm not sending her back to school until she tests negative either, because that's just irresponsible and retarded as hell. But it ain't just her. Like a lot of the kids at their school are sick. Okay, so I'm gonna take some goddess polish. How do you guys like the new look of the products? How do you guys like the new look? So this is the new look of the goddess polish, where this was the old look of the goddess polish. Which one looks better to you? The new one or the old one? So the new look, the old look. Latoya, no, it's not too late to get into class. You actually can still sign up. I still have 4 seats available for the VIP tier, or if you want to get into the general tier, just remember the VIP tier includes a 45-minute one-on-one consultation that we will schedule for a later date. You also get the product bundle with the limited edition African Goddess collection and 2 serums, and then you get unlimited replay of the class as well. Okay, so let me. All right, so I'm gonna take our flow comb. I tried something new today, some flippiness on all these things with me. They said me I try, so I actually like the flippiness, which is good. Y'all know I like my hair up anyway, so. Where is my... Okay. And then you guys know we have our combo brush. Love the combo brush. It's nice. Combo brush is nice. I'm gonna spray a little bit of... Ooh, please don't sting. Spray a little gossipy on the side. Amora, if it's not open, you can use it, baby. Most brands will tell you, oh, no, you need to get the new one, honey. Yeah, I don't know how effective that one is, blah, 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 blah. All right, pros. So I'm about to go and get myself together. You guys go get signed up for the hair growth masterclass, and I will talk to y'all at 4 o'clock. Bye.